Happy Halloween, listeners. What's your costume this year? Mine is a smooth jazz radio voice.
Jonah here to let you know what exactly is going on with this mysterious audio file that popped up in your feed. This is NEWRIDGE, the first of what we hope to be many side quests here on the Quest Company. And if we weren't going to call them that before, we are now because I said it on the podcast. Ha! We decided to release the first episode of this supernatural Stranger Things-esque kind of inspired series as a special surprise Halloween episode because you guys are so awesome and we really appreciate you. Just a heads up that we sort of decided to start recording this campaign on a whim after a really fun session 0, and we just stuck a mic in the middle of the table while we were trying this out. But moving forward with this and any other side quests, we will be continuing to do our best to keep the production value of those high, just like we do with our main QuestCo campaign. Also, don't worry, we will still be releasing those main episodes weekly. That's all I've got, so without any further ado, NEWRIDGE.
Hello and welcome to NEWRIDGE, a new story arc set in 1970s Portland, Oregon in the backwoods. We're using a little bit of a different system than D&D. We're using a sort of bastardized version of the Powered by the Apocalypse system, and you'll pick it up as we go along because it's pretty simple. But I will say it's got a heavy sort of focus on narrative and story building, and that is something that my two co-hosts and I will be doing together. Jonah, would you like to introduce yourself, say who you're playing?
Hi, I'm Jonah. You know me as Rourke from the Quest Company, and in this I will be playing Wendell Akers.
And Andrewshka.
Hi everybody, it's me, Andrew. You know me as your DM. Boop boop doop. And I'll be playing badass named Colt Booth.
Colt Booth. Andrew will not be playing the voice of God. The game master today will be me, Joseph Lightus. And I don't know, are people going to know me from Quest Company yet at this point?
Yeah, by the time this comes out.
By the time this comes out?
You'll
Cool.
be in the thing.
Well, then you'll recognize me as Corin, Inquisitor Corin. Anyway, so we're going to play this game to find out what happens. So.
And also to find out what this game is.
Yeah, it's true. So you guys have driven back from the edge of Siskiyou National Forest. You're about a mile, maybe 2 miles out of NEWRIDGE, and Colt, you have just slammed on the brakes to avoid hitting this elk that is standing directly in the road. May is sitting on this in the back of your truck. Wendell, you are in the passenger seat, and you're just idling as this elk stares at you. Its eyes are glassy; they're blank like TV screens. And May wakes up from a sort of restless sleep in the back seat and looks forward. What do you do?
I'm just sitting and staring at this thing for a sec. It's been a long fucking weekend.
It's been a long weekend. What do you do, Wendell?
Yeah, okay, he's been sitting there too long. I reach over and I honk the horn at the elk.
It sort of, it moves just a little bit, not like it's startled, and kind of ambles off to the side. Not enough to get out of the road.
But is it out of the way?
You can drive around it.
I slowly just start pulling around it and but like slow and probably watching it the whole way around.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Not the best after what we saw.
May, your sister Wendell has been in shock seemingly. She's gotten some restless sleep on this short drive back from the National Forest, but she hasn't talked much since the events surrounding Magus Lake. And you guys are pulling up very quickly on the town of New Ridge, Oregon. What do you do?
First stop is going to be at the gas station, correct?
Sure, the general store
General
gas
store,
station.
yeah.
They
The
just call
store.
it. They just call it the
The
store.
store.
Yeah, the store.
And I'm going to hop out and give me some liquor.
Great. Do the other people come with you, or are you just gonna hop out?
I put in the car and put in a truck in
Mhm.
park, and then I'm just going to jump out. And if somebody follows me, that's fine, but I'm not thinking that far through
Cool.
at this point.
So you walk into quotation marks the store. There's like a little jingle,
Store.
yeah, little jingle bell as ting ting as you walk
I
in.
freak out when it
Do you?
dings. I'm like, oh,
Do you?
shit.
Yeah, you do a little jump,
Yeah.
and that actually combined with the bell makes Jeremy, who's working the counter, kind of look up. He says, "Oh, hey, Cole, how you doing? It's a bit late, isn't it?"
Just a bit late, Jeremy.
Well,
How are you doing?
I'm really good. How can I help you tonight?
I just need some whiskey.
Oh, is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope, just whiskey.
Oh, well, Miss Vicky says it's Sunday night, and we're not really supposed to sell, like, liquor, like, after 8 p.m., and Miss Vicky got mad at me the last time I let somebody buy. It's against the laws or something.
Out of character. Is it, in fact, against the law?
We'll say, yeah, 1970s, I don't know, but,
Okay, I just meant, like, as
Sure.
as an officer of the law. Just want to double
well,
check
it's just like, I mean, like in Tennessee. Hey, listeners,
Right.
I'm from Maryland. It's fucking bizarre to me that you can't buy beer after a certain time on Sunday in Tennessee, or liquor at all on Sundays.
Well, in the South.
So yeah, it's not exactly.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure, like, this would be something that I
Sure.
knew, like, either you broke
Yeah.
or you didn't break.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's followed is up for debate, but we will say that Jeremy is correct in this thing.
What was the name of the boss again?
Vicky, Miss Vicky, you know her.
Sweet.
She's nice. She's the proprietor.
Sweet. Jeremy, why don't you trust me and give me some whiskey, and if Vicky gives you any trouble, you just tell her Cole Booth was the one you got the whiskey for.
Great. Roll plus charm. So, listeners, Andrew's going to roll 2d6s, and we'll see how he does.
Oh, great. That's an 8.
Great. So, what is it? It's from a 7 to a 10? It's a 7 to a 9. It's a mixed success.
1 to 6, failure. 7 to 9, mixed success. 10 through 12, complete success.
Great. So, Jeremy's all right. I'll remember that, Colt. Thanks. But he seems a little like hesitant about it, and kind of aimless as he unlocks a liquor cabinet behind him and hands you a bottle of. What are you thinking? Like Jim Beam or?
Yes.
Cool, Jim Beam, and he hands it to you.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. And I pay him more than I need to.
Great.
Not necessarily out of goodwill or whatever,
But
just-
out of
just out of
absent-mindedness.
absent-mindedness, like money on the counter. Again, Jeremy, Vicky gives you trouble. You just tell her it was for Cole.
Cool. He gives you the wrong amount of change. He's not the brightest.
Sweet.
He's a bit slow too.
I don't even notice. I take whatever he hands me and start moving.
Great. Cool. You have navigated my general store puzzle.
Yes. Crushed it.
So what have you been
Mixed
doing? Just hanging out in the
success.
truck?
Just silent in the truck, both of us.
Cool. You guys smell gross. I just want to let you know, you've been out on the lake for, what?
It was really
3 days.
2.5, 3 days.
Yeah. And the lack of sleep is definitely, not great, but you're just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you do?
I get back in my 1977 Ford F-150.
Somebody did character work.
Damn straight. It's like I DM or something. We have already decided that we're heading to your house.
Yeah,
correct?
we decided we're going to
Yeah, that's like where we decided. Just silently turn the truck on and just start making my way to the Acres abode.
Man, this is some sort of atmosphere, huh? You guys just aren't even talking. You're just like, got it, good to go, drive, you know. So you make it to the acres.
I don't even know that I told them we were stopping for whiskey. I just, stopped for whiskey because I knew it was important.
Yeah. You make it to the acres estate. It's about another mile or two down the road. You're not in the town proper, but can you describe it for me, Jonah?
The Acres house?
Yeah, Wendell Acres and his mom's house. It's his mom's house, right?
Yeah, it's his mom's house. Wendell had his own place.
Right.
He had to move back in.
Nerd.
Sorry, I'm taking care of my mom. Yeah, so
I'll
it's
take care of your mom.
That's my mom you're talking about. That's what May says.
So it is on the outskirts of town, semi-wooded area around the house. It's an old ranch style. Just when you think of 70s and also pre-70s because it's not the most up-to-date decor in this house.
Everything inside's orange or
orange and
yellow.
brown.
There's a lot of
Brown
wood
combo.
paneling.
A lot of wood paneling.
Yeah.
Got that fake form stone on the outside, maybe.
Oh yeah. It's real good.
So I'd say it's about 10:30 p.m. Is your mom asleep or is she awake? What does she do? You know, I know.
She's usually asleep by 9.
Sure. And she's kind of self-sufficient, at least within the house, right?
Yeah, within the house.
All
Just
right.
getting out and about.
So the house has been shut up for the night.
Any barking when we pull up?
Yeah, there's Bud, and you can
Okay.
you know, not frantic or whatever. He's just recognizes you as you up on the gravel to the house. And when you open the door, he sort of runs out and sort of sniffs everything. Goes and sniffs the car, sniffs Colt's boots. Colt boots.
You know it.
Boots.
Colt
Give him a huge scratch behind the ear.
May just kind of wanders inside.
Space of comfort.
What's the plan, guys? That's not May. That's what do you? That's me. What do you do?
Yeah, we'll go in the house, lock the door, and put the closest chair in front of the door.
Okay. Oh, do you want to try to fortify the house?
No, just that. After locking the door, just okay.
I see him put one chair in front of the door, and I go grab something else heavy and just put it in front of another door. Is there a back door?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I put something heavy in front of it.
Cool.
Not like a whole fucking bookcase or something stupid, but
No,
just,
just something to
wedge
block it up, just enough for a little extra peace of mind.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. We're gonna open that up. The bottle.
I was about to say, I'm not opening that damn door.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't buy you one, and I start chugging this bottle of whiskey, but only a third, and then I hand it to Acres.
That's still an insane amount of
I
alcohol.
know.
Let's make you roll for that one. How about
Please.
tough? Right.
It's been a tough day.
Roll plus tough.
Yeah, that's gonna be a. It's gonna be a 12.
Perfect success. That's a perfect success. I mean, tell me how you handle this liquor. Like a fucking champ, you don't even wince.
Because I rolled a 12, I drink half the bottle.
Fuck, dude.
And don't wince and hand it to Acres.
Oh my god.
Will I wince later? Maybe.
Yeah,
but
you might have some trouble in the morning. Or in 10 minutes.
told Boost to drink.
May is sitting in a big, overstuffed sort of armchair. I think it was your dad's armchair, Wendell.
Yeah.
And it's so big, and she looks so skinny in it that it looks like it's sort of eating her, surrounding her. And she's looking straight ahead at the TV, which is off, and says, "Tomorrow's the first day of school."
Wendell takes a swig of the whiskey and says, yeah, we should probably decompress the shit that just happened. And also figure out what the hell our story is, because there's 9 dead people out in the woods.
May is now starting to sort of silently cry.
It's alright, May. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Alright. We got 9 people. 9
Yeah.
in the woods. We have 2 different parties.
3 parties.
Right, I'm saying we have 2 different parties from her group.
Are we going to tell Tommy's dad?
We're going to get to that. Don't you worry. 2 parties were already missing.
Yeah. Theirs was the third.
Theirs was the third. Of those, everyone's dead but May.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our story so far.
That's the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not lying yet.
No, no. The GM is telling you.
No,
Yes,
yeah.
to your knowledge,
Yeah.
this is what has happened.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think, Aker?
I mean, shit, man. May, who knew that you were going out there besides me?
I mean,
I know you sure as hell didn't tell Mom you were going out in the woods with
no.
Tommy Sierra.
I told her I was hanging out with Penelope. I guess just Penelope and Emily in homeroom. I mean, everybody else came out with us. The Hawthorne twins, Lucy. They were. I didn't tell anybody else other than Penelope and Emily, who you know, Wendell, as her friends from school.
Okay.
Actually, you know them as the sort of artifacts of May's not cool days, who are still like her friends, but as Colt says, ever since she grew tits, hasn't been as much.
Got them tits.
Yeah.
Um,
Not my words, listeners.
Yeah. Well, they're her only living friends now, so there's also that.
so they're her, what's the girl from Stranger Things?
Barb.
They're her Barbs?
They're her Barbs, yeah.
Got it. Alright, well that's 2.
Did they tell anyone else you guys were going out?
I don't see why they would. I don't know who they tell.
You know if Tommy told his parents?
Tommy didn't tell his dad anything. I don't think Tommy ever talked to his dad.
Alright.
That might not be the worst thing for us. We got a lot riding on Emily and Penelope at this point.
I can go to school tomorrow and say that I didn't end up going. That you picked me up and I didn't even end up camping with them.
That might not be a bad idea if they're the only 2 that know, but then as far as they know, she didn't go.
Yeah, but, okay.
The only other person that knows that we went is Clint.
And Laura. She didn't know what I went for. I just told her I was going to be out of town with you, so.
Remind me who Clint is?
Clint's my cousin.
Oh, that's right. You told your cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you were going on a couple-day portage
I
trip.
told him specifically that I was going to look for that as far as...
To look for May because she had missed her return date.
Yeah. But as far as Mom knows, I was just out for the weekend with Colt.
So quick clarification.
Yes.
Minus Tommy and...
the twins and Lucy?
Well, and May.
Yeah.
We have 3 bodies.
What do you mean?
Of her party?
We have twins and we have Lucy.
Of her party, yeah, but they're
party.
still out.
Yeah.
You don't have them. They're still out
Right. I just meant like...
in the woods.
They are...
Accounted for.
They are 3 loose ends. As in...
3 known people that you know.
So, knowing the twins and Lucy...
Yeah.
They ever talking to... They talk to their parents as much as Tommy talks to his?
May doesn't know. I mean...
Right, that's
Yeah.
the problem. Yeah. Because now we're at... If it was just the 2 girls...
Right.
That's one thing. That's one thing we can cover up. We can talk. We can figure shit out.
Yeah.
Now we've got 2 kids to 1 family and another girl from another family, all with friends at school, all with potential people that they told where they were going with who.
Shit, you're right.
Here's what I'm going to suggest. Oh no! Begrudgingly. I'm going to suggest that May, you not go to school tomorrow.
Okay.
Just a suggestion. Okay?
Yeah.
From friendly neighborhood Colt. Take the day, clearly. I'm going to go talk to Sheriff Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And just Sheriff Williams. No one else. I suggest you guys talk to no one else. Except for maybe May getting in contact with your 2 friends.
Oh, all right.
I know they'll be at school, but whatever. If you can get in contact with them, if you can get in contact with them,
Yeah.
Akers.
We might have had a stomach virus over the weekend here in the Acres house. 'Cause I sure as hell ain't going to work tomorrow.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
But
This is not Joe
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to steer things. This is May's like actual like thought.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be more suspicious? Like if I was missing along with Tommy and the Hawthorns and Lucy, like if I'm not there also.
May, if you're not there, people can't ask you a question about it.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Sure.
true.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can call Penelope and Emily tomorrow and
That'd be amazing.
ask what I missed in school and maybe like, let slip that I didn't end up going if
To me,
they ask.
I would rather not start lying because it means you're going to have to keep lying
Oh, okay,
no matter what.
okay.
If you lay low,
Uh-huh.
no one knows you're back in town yet. There can be a reason for that.
Right.
As opposed to if you start lying, there's no reason for lying.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yep.
Everybody?
Yeah.
That's my idea. We don't have to sink or swim by my idea. Somebody can come up with something better, but that's what I got.
No, yeah, I'll just
Sheriff Williams, just see if we can get ahead of it. That way, if and when we decide to tell people, or if and when we decide to, like, if I can get a search party to go out to find those people, which I'm not suggesting they're going to find a damn thing because Siskiyou National Park, we killed a bear. Like,
Yeah.
those bodies aren't going to last long.
No, I ain't.
Now, a few of them are in water, so that gives them maybe electrified water, so that gives them a little bit better of a chance of not getting eaten by animals.
Yeah.
But
the other shit.
the other shit's not going to work real well in our favor. Plus, it could look like we killed them, which I really want to avoid.
Yeah.
What? How did Tommy die?
Meg, I don't know what to tell you. When we found Tommy, there was a black bear hunched over him, trying to give him food with dead animals. All right? I don't even know. When we got to him after killing the bear, his skin was just pale and puffy, and
Like those other people you found.
and he was wet.
He didn't get killed. He didn't get killed by the bear.
He wasn't bloody. No broken
wounds from the
bones.
bear.
We don't know, May. We got a lot of questions.
What are you gonna do tomorrow?
Shit. Well, if you're not going to school, I guess it looks worse if I don't go to work either. Just if people start asking any kind of questions, I'll go to work tomorrow. I'll be at Hilltop 9 to 5.
I will say she looks a little scared at the prospect of being left alone, but she's not. She doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
To
Wendell, it might look bad, but this might be a good time to be with your sister.
No. I can handle it. Bud and I can handle it, right, Bud? And she pets the puppy dog. What kind of dog is it?
He's...
Is his name Bud, by the way?
Yeah, it's Bud.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he's air quotes, husky.
Ah, okay.
He's definitely got
Other shit in there.
other shit in there, but
He's husky.
he's a husky.
He's husky. Yeah.
Probably some wolf or something. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Balto up in there.
May, I'm suggesting this because you guys might want to tell your mom. I don't know if you do. I'm not suggesting that you have to or that you should. I'm just saying if you guys want to tell her, you should tell her together, not by yourself.
We should tell Mom in the morning, May.
She just keeps petting Bud.
And then at least all of you guys know together.
Yeah.
And have a good plan. I'm by myself. I can be fine.
Wendell, roll plus sharp.
Wait, not 8. That's a 10.
You notice as May has brought attention to Bud, petting him, that Bud is kind of cocking its head, looking at you.
At me?
Yeah. Like, you know how puppies or dogs, when they're kind of confused about something, they'll, like,
Yeah.
All pugs.
Yes.
kind of looking right at you.
I look at him for a second as we're having this conversation, and I go over to him to start petting him.
He reacts like a dog would,
Yeah.
you know, like enjoying it or whatever, moving against your hand, like to get the scratchy spot behind his ears.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? Is this the plan?
Yeah. We'll talk to Mom in the morning, and I'll make the decision for whatever I need to do after we have that conversation. You go talk to the sheriff.
When I get done talking to him, I'm coming right back here, okay?
All right. I'm going over there early.
That'll probably be the second thing I do.
All right.
But if you don't mind, I'm going to stay here tonight because I'm feeling a little bit of that whiskey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Captures all you.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it's fine. I'm good.
Wink.
I'm not good to drive.
Good. Great.
Cool. Was that the powwow, or is there anything else you guys want to talk about or
I
discuss?
think as far as we can really go is our plans for the morning, and then we'll have to regroup from there.
Great.
I want to look at May before, like, she goes off to bed or whatever.
Sure. She's still just, you know, she's actually
Yeah.
now, like, hugging the puppy dog, you know, just sort of, like, absently petting his ears.
Mate, everything's going to be okay, all right? You trust basically Uncle Booth?
I don't know if I would ever call you Uncle Booth
You
if I had a
should.
fucking gun to my head, but yes, I'm okay. Thank you.
All right. Did she walk out of the room at that point?
No, she's just petting the pup.
Okay,
but
fine.
if you want to wait, then
I'm going to wait till she walks out of the room and I'll be like,
All right, yeah, cool. So eventually she stands up, gets a glass of water, and goes to her room.
Before she goes to her
Yeah.
room, I just as she's getting a glass of water, I just go and give her a hug and I say, "I was really worried about you.
Thanks for coming and getting me.
Get some sleep."
She sort of like nods and returns the hug and walks to her room.
when she leaves, is Wendell still in the room?
Yeah, I assume.
They can call me Uncle. She used to call me Uncle all the time. She gets tissed. Now she... Fuck you, Booth. All right, I see how it is.
Sorry, did I set some canon? Do we
No,
want
I
her
love
to
it.
call you Uncle Booth sometimes?
I love it. No, that was me trying to set retroactive canon.
You were
on top
trying
of it. We're good. She's going through that time, okay? It's fine.
the boob time.
Clearly, that's what
Oy.
Booth thinks. Everyone listening, these are not the opinions of me. They are the opinions of what I only assume a 1979's man's man with a sweet, like, cop mustache would be thinking.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. Do you guys, like, you set out on the couch and...
I am taking a shower.
Yeah, you guys are gross. So...
I am on the couch.
Yeah. Let's play
Right
this.
now.
So you finish your shower and do you offer it to
Yeah,
Booth?
hey man, you need
I'm
a
pretending
dinner.
to be asleep,
Do you fall for it?
if not already asleep.
Are you aware that he's roll plus sharp?
I'll roll plus sharp to
Yeah.
see if he's bullshitting.
Forget
That's
you.
a 12.
Okay, you know that he's not asleep.
I pick up the pillow from the nearest chair and kind of toss it at him and go, "Hey, if you want it, I'm going to bed."
I was right in that sweet spot. I was about to drift off. You fuck.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go take a shower real quick, and I hop up and go into the bathroom and like probably for like way too long, probably like 5 minutes, just like contemplate turning on the water for a little bit. Then I turn on the water and shower.
Uh-huh.
I think if it was a bath, it'd be different. But,
Right.
like, shower briskly,
Sure, quickly.
quickly, and then,
No nonsense, just in, out.
yeah, go back and lay down.
Great. You're clean.
Yes!
Cool. Yeah, great. Let's take a little break for just a second because I gotta arrange some stuff. But awesome, guys. I definitely want to encourage you guys to take these opportunities because I'm not going to micromanage. Like, I buy more bullets.
Yeah.
I eat a sandwich. But to find character in these moments, like, do I take that shower? Is awesome.
Absolutely.
Great. Cool. We'll be right back. What do you do?
I'm good to drive at this point.
Absolutely.
Cool.
You have a headache the size of Oregon.
With a 12?
You drank half a bottle of. I'm not. Just because you did a good tough roll doesn't mean you can like drink cyanide.
But I have a cop mustache.
True.
So
yeah,
I feel like that gives me like.
I feel like you're just going for Hopper and Stranger Things at this point.
I feel like I just have a +9 against whiskey.
You brush your teeth with a can of Schlitz and
You know it.
Whiskey specifically.
just whiskey. That's
I just
it.
gargle whiskey, motherfucker.
Sanitary.
Sweet.
So 7 a.m. You got a manageable hangover.
Sweet. I agree. I just get in my truck and I drive to my house.
Your house, great. Describe it for me. I'm imagining it's big and empty.
I think after my parents' death, I sold that house.
Oh, okay, great.
Buy.
Goodbye. Yeah.
And have just like very much like a bachelor like cabin kind
Sure.
of thing going on.
Yeah. There's a couple bills in the slot, nothing crazy. Yeah, from the last couple days.
It's not a sweet. And I just go in and I want to go to my room.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something I talked to you a little bit about, and I just want to like.
Sure.
There's a metal tin under my bed, and I pull it out and.
A gun case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I pull out my grandfather's Colt M1911, just
Sure.
a 45 caliber pistol.
Was it like a service pistol?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
World War II.
Got it.
In Europe and the Pacific.
Grandpa was in both Europe and the Pacific.
Yeah, 101st. And then just want to look at it, put it back in the tin, and grab the tin and go back to my truck, and then I'm driving to the station.
Great. So we'll say that just takes about an hour, and you're coming in right on time for Cold Booth. I don't know if this is a normal occurrence for you. But let's say you roll up. What's the name of the secretary that you sweet-talked earlier?
Laura.
Laura.
My name is Laura.
She kind of
I'm
looks...
so happy.
So what did you tell her again? You told her that you went out camping? or
That I was going to I was going out camping with Wendell.
Great. She looks at you and she's like, wow, bright and early. How was camping?
Laura, it was the best damn camping I've ever had in my life.
Well, that's so good to hear. I hope it was restful. The sheriff's looking for you. He's in early today.
I'm just wincing from like her voice.
Yeah, it's very
Just
bright
like,
and cheery.
Excellent. I will go talk to him.
Great. You knock on his door and you let yourself in after a muffled and you head in and you see he's in full motion right now. He's got papers and stuff under one arm. He's got his hat in one hand, puts it right back on his head. In his mouth, he has a bagel, and and he looks at you, and he's like, and he takes it out, and he says, "How you doing, Colt? We got to get going."
Where are we going?
Well, let's see. Out by Siskiyou, it's the damnedest thing. They got 2 bodies out there. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, how'd they find those bodies?
Well, they're up on the side of the road, and I'll just show you. Let's just jump in the car. You can jump in my cruiser.
Who? All right. Is Justin and me in the cruiser?
We'll say that there's
by the time we start going or whatever.
Sure, we'll say that there's another deputy that's either on the scene or is going to join you guys. But this is like a very early call.
Yeah.
He's clearly like.
But in his cruiser, it's just me and him, right?
Yeah. Slams the car door shut. You get in or whatever, and pulls out over the gravel, and he says, "It's the damnedest thing." Yeah, 2 adult males. We don't recognize them yet, and what they're wearing, you'll see. You'll see. It's the damnedest thing.
Well, what's it like?
I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I just heard what Carlos said over there.
Yeah, what Carlos said.
Well,
come on, old man.
Looked like they were going skiing. That's what Carlos said. Don't look at me like that. Hey, you okay? You're looking a little. And his expression kind of changes. He's like, "Boy, you been eating enough?"
I've been drinking too much.
As opposed to being sort of jocular about that, he just kind of nods and he's like, "You doing all right?"
Yeah, I got something to say.
Is it about the drinking?
No.
Because we have a program every...
Listen, I can handle my liquor. It's about... I rolled a 12. No, it's about this weekend. I don't know if you know, but I was up in Siskiyou with Akers.
You were in Siskiyou?
Yeah. We went looking for a sister that was up there.
Colt, do you know anything about this?
I have no idea about your skiers, I don't think.
What do you mean you don't think?
let me just tell you the story.
I'm all
right?
ears. I'm all
Okay?
ears.
And I relate to him verbatim what happened.
Which for our listeners
Is okay. Yeah, I forgot.
Here we go.
Oh shit!
There's
Okay.
that exposition.
you can choose to keep any facts you want.
No, yeah. So me and Akers, we went in to Siskiyou for Magus Lake. Akers said his sister went up there with Tommy Sierra.
Now, Akers, is that Margaret's child?
Yeah, that's Margaret's kid. We went in there, canoed on in. We got to Magus Lake. We went looking around. Here's where you're going to have to hang with me, because this story gets really fucking weird.
He keeps his eye on the road and drinks his coffee.
Crossing the lake, I swear to you, I saw a face in the fog, whatever. I know, sounds fucking stupid. That's what I told myself. We camped on an island, smelling burning the whole friggin' night. When we opened the tent, Akers found 3 burned bodies. Yeah. Yep. Burnt to a crisp.
Humans. People.
Humans. Yes.
Who?
Couldn't tell you. My best guess is it's one of the parties that was up there that's been missing. Okay, we found them. I remembered a good place for kids to hang out was over near the Perfect power lines. So we canoed over there, found signs of their camp. We tracked them up to the power lines, and we found 2 of the kids, the twins, right?
Yeah.
For the GM.
Oh,
twins.
GM, yes.
Yeah.
The Hawthorne twins.
We found the Hawthorne twins face down in water, and there was an electric line in that water.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it gets worse.
You're not shitting me right now, Booth.
I am dead serious with you right now. That's why I've been drinking. This weekend was a weekend from hell. We found some tracks. Yeah, I thought they looked like bear tracks, but there was a shoe print with it. So we thought, maybe that's Tommy or that's May. So we followed it. About the middle of the night, we had a standoff with a black bear that was trying to protect the body of whoever it was we found. We killed the bear.
I'm sorry. It was trying to protect the body?
You heard me right.
Whose body?
We ended up finding out it was Tommy. Okay.
Sierra kid.
Sierra kid. I'm telling you this straight, though. When we found him, after killing the bear, Akers flipped over the Tommy kid. No wounds on him whatsoever. And the bear had to pick him up because his track stopped halfway through the woods, and the bear was chasing him the whole way. Not a wound on him, and the bear was protected. There were also dead bodies of animals all around, like it was trying to feed this kid shit. Akers found this jawbone. It looked Native American. Well, excuse me. Let's be honest. Time period. It looked Indian.
At this, he actually starts Booth. If you are shitting with me right now, this sounds like a.
I know what
like
it
a-
sounds
like
like.
a-
I know what it sounds like because it's coming out of my fucking face,
All right,
and I don't believe.
Let's just
myself.
talk. Let's just talk about. Okay, so bodies, right? No, don't tell me about bears protecting. Don't tell. I need facts. There's this person has been killed. I need
Right, but
location.
I'm telling you this shit because it is facts. Okay, this is all over near the Perfect power lines. Now I don't know that it's going to still be there. Okay, because we had to canoe the fuck out of this place. All right, and we still had to find May, which is what I'm working on getting to. Okay. After finding Tommy, we grabbed that thing. We had to end up spending the night because it was pitch black and we didn't know where the hell we were going or where we could maybe find May. On the next day, we realized that somebody had moved their canoe, so we went back out on the lake and we ended up seeing May on a sandbar. May told us not to come any closer. This is where I'm going to lose you. All right? This is where I'm going to lose you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I know you think I've already lost you. I swear to you I haven't. All right. There were things in the water around her, like black shadows all around her. They couldn't come up on the land where she was, and she was terrified. forgot to tell you this, but earlier the previous day we went to the center of Crater Lake, Meigs Lake, and we found this weird altar thing that looked like kids had kicked over. We found a beer can, and it started clicking for me in that instant that whatever this thing was that Akers found, it had to go back to where it was. I would not be saying this if I had not seen what I saw, man. So I told Akers to give me the jawbone and I'd swim for the middle island. He could grab May and they could get the hell out of Dodge. Second he pulled that out, they all turned and surrounded the canoe we were in and were like looking at us, staring at us. This scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you know some of the things I've seen in my life. Alright.
Roll plus cool.
Alright. Come on. Oh my gosh.
No.
That's a 4.
Okay. He just keeps driving and he's listening.
But,
Is the Akers girl alive?
Meg's alive. Alright? But I need you to listen to me for this part, please. Alright? Because I know it sounds like hogwash. I'm aware. We took this thing to the center of the island. Akers was able to, this island was covered in ravens. I'm not shitting you.
He looks so,
I know. I'm aware. If somebody was telling me this, I would believe him. I wouldn't believe him. Because I don't believe it coming out of my face. But I'm telling you what I saw, and I wouldn't lie to you. You know that.
I know that.
You can think whatever you want, but I would not lie to you about this. He fixed this thing, and the birds started flying away, and the things that were following us in the water weren't there anymore. We went back, we got May, we grabbed her, we got the hell out of there and drove back. Alright? We went to his house last night. I told them to stay put at the house as best they could. I didn't think it would be good for May to go to school. That girl saw things, horrid things, alright?
You have arrived at the,
Before he gets out, because I feel like he's probably eager to get out of the car.
He's parked the car and he's just sitting there, just waiting for you to stop talking.
Listen, I know how it sounds. I know, trust me, because I don't want to believe it, alright? I don't. But I am telling you, alright? I saw this shit with my own eyes. If you want me to tell you about the people you're about to pull up on, this may or may not be right, alright? But if their skin is pale and they seem puffy, almost like they've been drowned, just trust me, alright? Just believe me that I'm telling you the truth. If it's not, it might be totally different. It might be a totally different thing. I don't know what they are. But if it is, you'll know that I'm not lying to you.
You can see the other deputies, 2 of them, out in the car, and they're kind of standing, chatting, looking at you and the sheriff. And Williams, Sheriff Williams, kind of sits there. His hands are still on the wheel. He's put the car in park, and he hands you a metal bottle of water and says, "You smell like whiskey. Stay here." And he gets out.
I just start chugging the water.
Great. And you see him go up and talk to both of the deputies, one of whom you know as Carlos. You know both of them, but Carlos points off to the side. And the sheriff looks at you again and says, sort of motions, "Stay put," and heads off with Carlos to a little overlook that's a little ways away at the end of this dirt road. Wendell, let's talk about what you're doing this morning.
I woke up when I heard Colt moving around out there, and which was at 7-ish?
Yep.
I woke up when I heard him get up, and I just am there in my room, Led Zeppelin posters and the Doors and John Denver on the walls, and I'm just sitting there staring at my ceiling, just not moving as I wake up, just still processing.
There's
last night.
There's a soft knock on the door.
Yeah?
Can I come in? It's May.
Yeah, come in.
What do we tell Mom? Because I don't even know what she would do with this information. Do we
Well, we tell her the truth. We tell her what happened. If we're lying to her, she'll know. You know that.
I mean, we don't have to tell her specifically anything. We don't have to tell a lie, but...
We're going to tell Mom what happened. Look, there's going to be some stuff that happens. However this plays out, some stuff's going to go down. We know that. We got to tell her on the front end. It's better coming from us than from anybody else. And Colt's going to be over here later. We'll have to talk about it all anyway. We'll start off, and you can fess up about that you were sneaking out with Tommy and all those people, and tell her your side of the story up to as far as you got, and then I'll fill in the rest from when we got there. But we got to tell her.
Great. Joe, the GM, does not want to roleplay a conversation where I play two NPCs. That's 2/3 of the people. So shall we say that it goes similarly to, like, if you're telling just all the truth, including, like, the occult and the horrible stuff or whatever like that, how available is your mom to that sort of stuff?
She listens.
Yeah.
Margaret would listen to those.
Cool.
Like, to all of those details.
Great.
So what you're saying is my 4 didn't go over well?
I'm gonna, like, let's really talk about what you want your mom to know. And or like to do.
I don't get into like the gruesome stuff, but like she knows that
there's a body count,
that there are 9 dead people in the woods. May's the only one that made it out.
Right. So she knows that the authorities are being informed.
Yeah. She knows that Sheriff Williams is being informed by Colt specifically, and she knows about the shadows and the jawbone and the bear.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll plus cool to convince her. It might be a little bit easier just because May also can back you up.
Wouldn't you know it?
I swear.
Oh
my god!
What?
2 1s.
2 1s. So you got snake eyes. Well, it's not gonna be that good.
We rolled the same thing.
Like. It must be like a fucking horror movie from the fucking 70s because the adults do not fucking believe. Like, your mom might be open to, like, this sort of, like, thing or whatever, but even with May backing you up, like, this is an unbelievable story, as told as it is. Mm-hmm. Reflections, shadowy things, What she does understand is that there are 9 dead people, that the authorities have been called, and that, you guys, she doesn't totally believe you. Like, I would say that May and you, like, really do, like, try to, like, back each other up and talk about these things or whatever, but it's like, were you on drugs? Like, was this a hallucination? Like, she doesn't think you're messing with her, but she's convinced you must be wrong somehow, like, but that you were in danger, and, that she's glad that you're back. All this to say, listeners, that I did not want to have
that full
conversation again as another person,
round
another
2
NPC.
Of the same exposition.
Great.
But that's fair.
Great. So you're having a breakfast that has been. Did you guys like pour cereal? Like, did you just have this? Did you just talk to her about it in the kitchen as she comes out to like cook some eggs or whatever?
Yeah.
And the eggs just burn because you're just having this discussion, and they get ignored or whatever.
The eggs burn.
Yeah.
And then it's a cereal morning.
It's cereal morning.
Yep.
And she immediately turns on the TV and watches, like, to look for anything on the news about like what you're talking about, and she keeps like giving you guys kind of weird looks. So do we want to jump back to you sitting in this cop car? You're just sitting.
Your choice.
Also, it's what time now?
I would say about like 9:30 for both parties.
9:30,
or like 9 or 9. I don't know. Cool. Like, you had to drive there. Booth is at a crime scene, possibly.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm thinking because I have work at 9. Once it hits like 8:20 and we haven't heard from Colt, I'm getting squirrely.
Oh, so you're thinking about going to work?
I'm thinking I need to call into work because I haven't heard anything from Colt.
Great. What, like, you're going to call in, like, sick or something?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. We can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because he's not going to just not show up, but we'll just, I got to call Hilltop.
Great. Kenneth, your boss, Kenneth Greenwalt, gives you holy hell on the like, he's just, like, sighing and like, oh my God, Acres. What, another sick day? When was your last one?
2 months ago.
You only have like
And I was
3.
taking care of my mom.
Look, Akers, like, I don't know if you actually care about how this company is going, but ever since we brought in those trees last week that have the termite rot in them, we are not making any money. So if you want to continue to have a job, we're going to need to bring in some trees. Now, I will let this go this once, but I expect to see you at work bright and early tomorrow morning, okay?
Yes, Kenneth, I will be at work. You know
Great,
I care
bye!
about this fucking asshole. I just slammed the phone down. I'm like, I hate Kenneth so much.
Booth, you are sitting in a car.
How long has it been?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. I've had enough time to drink the water.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna get out of the car.
Colt Booth.
Cold motherfucking booth. I'm gonna get out of the car.
As you step out, it's a beautiful morning. The Siskiyou National Forest is behind you. You're not technically in it or even like going towards it. This is not like another trailhead into it. You see a little sign that says, I have this prepared. Harry something Overlook. Sorry.
Harry Balls Overlook.
Harry Balls Overlook.
Let me tell you.
It actually says Harold's Point. Harold's Point
Colt's been
Overlook.
to Harold's Point.
Yeah, many times. So you do recognize it. It's just a little abutment, and there's a valley below where the trees.
Kind of like a makeout point.
You could definitely make out at Harold's Point.
Colt Booth's been to Harold's Point
yeah.
many times.
But last time you were here, there was not crime scene tape.
Correct.
And 2 bodies
You don't
laid.
know my life. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, laid in a different
It's
way,
really
I guess. Different sense of bodies laid out on the ground about, I would say, 45 feet from the road. And the sheriff looks at you getting out of the car and gives a little sigh, and then returns his attention to Carlos, who is sort of gesturing and pointing at the bodies.
I just walk up slow, like just. I know I'm not supposed to be getting out of the car. I'm aware of this fact.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna not
Sure.
see whatever this is.
Williams just kind of like looks at you and gives a little sigh. And you see what he was talking about and what Carlos must have been told him over the phone. It's a very weird sight.
Yeah.
2 men, their faces kind of obscured by what can only be described as skiing equipment. One in a blue jacket, the other one in a black jacket. Both about middling height. They're laying directly in the sun in a little part off of Harold's Point where there's no directly overhanging trees. And they're both dressed very strangely for late summer. Both are wearing welding masks of different makes and models. Both are wearing an assortment of cold weather gear. Balaclavas, gloves, parkas, windbreakers. All of it looks kind of warm. And they're just sitting there in the middle of the thing. Carlos is finished sort of giving his spiel to Williams, who nods, takes out his long, his frequency radio, and radios something back to HQ. Carlos wanders over to you and says, "What do you think, huh?
It's weird.
Fucking ski masks? Or, like,
man?
Weldon masks? Like, they're not...
I don't know, Carlos. How you doing?
fucking druggies or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm good, man. Wife's giving me hell, but whatever. Well. Anyway, what got off the Chiefs' butt? Let me just say that again in English. What got up the Chiefs' butt? What'd you do?
I don't know, man. You know me. He always gets pissed at me sometimes.
No, he's your favorite. You're his favorite, man. Don't worry about it.
Why he gets pissed at me? And I just wink at him, acknowledging that I'm his
And Carlos just looks back down.
and I want to walk over towards the chief and the bodies.
Great.
Again, slowly, not like, hey!
Yeah, not like, I'm your favorite boy!
Yeah.
It's me, that good boy.
Yeah, tail slightly between the legs.
Yeah.
I
I don't enjoy being a teacher's pet, just in front of Carlos.
Great. All right, Booth, if you want to make yourself useful, get that notebook out and start taking notes if you remember how to write. That was Williams talking. And he says, Carlos, get your gloves on. And you guys begin to search the bodies. and they enumerate what they find for you to write down. I'm not going to make you roll to remember how to write.
Excellent.
So it's 2 dead men. Once you take off the balaclavas, you see that one is late 20s, black hair, blue eyes. That's the one in blue jacket. Is a younger guy. And the other is middle-aged, sort of sunburned guy with wispy gray hair. He's the one in the black jacket. The welding masks are of different makes and models, I already mentioned. And everything on them is kind of worn and old and beat up, except for on the younger guy, the balaclava, the face mask, and the warm weather and the cold weather gloves are pretty darn new looking. Furthermore, on the young one, there's an empty pill bottle and an inside pocket, along with a small crumpled up receipt that says 0200, which is underlined, and under that, messy handwritten directions to this overlook.
Tracing the directions back, can I figure where they came from?
Yep, the first direction is somewhere near NEWRIDGE.
Okay.
It's in town. They had to take I-7 out here, which comes from NEWRIDGE. And both men have billfolds with small amounts of cash, nothing large. And the older man has a Polaroid of a young girl at a beach tucked into his billfold.
Do I recognize the girl?
No.
Do I recognize the girl as Colt?
You don't recognize either of the bodies either.
Okay.
And neither do any of the people here, although they sort of read out their characteristics and are taken down as notes.
Yeah.
Maybe the young guy looks vaguely familiar, but definitely not to the point where you, it's him, or or that you'd be able to pick him out of the lineup. Let's head over to Wendell. At this point,
What time is it now?
9:30.
All the cereal in the house is gone.
You've just been eating.
I've been nervous eating all the cereal.
You're not the only one who's nervous. Bud is pretty nervous. He's starting to do his little yippy whiny thing when he wants to be let out.
I'm gonna put him on his leash and take him out to the backyard. Normally I just let him out because we don't have a fence in the backyard, but he's going on a leash.
Great.
We're gonna take care of business quick and get back inside.
Yeah, he seems very happy to get out of the house, and he starts sort of friskily trotting left and right and sniffing that. And let's say your property abuts a couple small trails, nothing very well traveled or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he seems like he's super excited to go for a walk down one of these, sort of longer term away from the house.
I'm not going past the tree line of our yard. Because it's kind of, there's a clear area in the immediate backyard around the house, and then it starts getting a little more woodsy, and then into denser woods out back
with rougher trails.
Yeah, with the rougher trails and everything. But we're staying right in the clear part, so he can take care of his business, and we can go back inside.
He does that thing where he just kind of pulls against it for a while. He's like, come on, and eventually he stops and sniffs a tree.
Just take a shit, bud. So we go back inside.
He sniffs a tree, takes a pee, and it takes a while. Roll plus sharp.
That is an 11.
As he pees, he finishes and immediately is stock still, whereas normally he would go off and sniff something else. Looks around silently. And you, Wendell, notice where there was birdsong earlier, it's just silent in the woods. Completely silent.
I just watch Bud to see what he's looking at, and I'm very quiet.
He doesn't really seem to be looking at a specific location. He looks left. He looks right. His movements are watchful. And then after a minute, the spell is broken, and he looks back up at you and sort of gives a half-hearted wag.
We're going back in the house.
Go back in the house.
Yep.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening to the first episode of NEWRIDGE. If you liked what you heard and are excited by it and want to hear more of it, please let us know. You can drop us a line on any of our social media pages, like @TheQuestCompany on Instagram and Twitter, as well as our contact page at questcompanypodcast.com. Or even better, you can rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes. We've had some more of those rolling in, and it's super encouraging to us and a great way to let us know what we're doing well and what we should continue to strive for in the podcast, especially when there is a review to go along with those lovely 5-star ratings. As I mentioned earlier, this episode is a test run of sorts for more side quests here at the Quest Company, bonus episodes and campaigns of things besides Dungeons & Dragons that we hope to drop in from time to time. We've got some ideas for things that we would like to do moving forward while keeping our main quest going strong, and we are really excited about them. There will be more information coming out about those and how we're going to try to do those moving forward, and we will definitely be keeping you posted.
But until then, we'll be seeing you over at the Quest Company. And again, happy Halloween from your favorite demon boy.